it's going to be a quiet stretch of weather all the way through the next, really, the end of next week. We still got some fronts to deal with, but the biggest story with these fronts is just a little bit of a temperature change, wind change, and that's really about it. They're working with very little moisture. Here's that current cold front up to the north. That's going to come down. The good news with this one, it might just be enough to mix the atmosphere up to not get as much fog going into tomorrow morning. But different story there, but it drapes all the way back, and there's another series of fronts all the way up into southern Canada too, but they're all fairly dry. They'll come throughout the weekend, but don't expect anything other than like a wind change. A temperature might change a couple degrees each day, but that's it. Really, as you wake up, you'll notice here too, this cold front will kind of sink south of I-90 by the time we wake up tomorrow morning. There's just a little bit of maybe low clouds or fog, but the wind I think will help this out from keeping widespread. But basically, once again, between about 6 to 8 along the stretching area, you can see just along I-92, we could see once again a period of either fog or just low clouds. If it's fog, it'll burn off fairly quickly here by 8 to 9. We should see clearing skies once again. And the thing with this front is it's going to begin to lift back north in the day as a warm front, and that's going to play a part in temperature difference across the area. So this will get probably close to I-94 as we go through the evening commute or just after sunset. That'll then continue to push lift north because we got a cold front that will come through on Saturday. Once again, they're not working with much. They're just going to do a wind change. Now, the cold front coming through on Saturday will swing through basically in the afternoon. So if you're at the fest grounds, you might see the winds turn around to the northwest in the afternoon or evening. Maybe pick up too between 10 to 15, but that'll be about it. That's all you'll notice with that. And then going into Sunday, it's fairly quiet with really no fronts to come through. So all that means with temperatures is if you're further north tomorrow, such as like up Winona northward, you might see a few degrees drop from what you had today. Further south you go, you might not see much of any change. In fact, maybe you might rise a little bit too. So that's the difference for tomorrow and not the threat of fog. Now for the fest grounds going on, afternoon time frame, as we zoom into the area, you can see that it's going to be fantastic all the way to the evening. 9 p.m. you're still looking at 66 degrees, plenty of sunshine. Once again, any fog and all that stuff should be well out of the area by noon and light winds. On Saturday too, we're looking at temperatures rebounding a little bit behind the cold front coming through. So further north and west, it comes through earlier. That'll keep you mid-70s. Further south and east, it doesn't come through into the afternoon, allowing the temperatures to probably get up close to 80 or into the low 80s. And then if you look at the Maple Leaf Parade, the only concern I have is if you're going to the parade before 9 a.m., we could see a better shot of seeing more widespread low clouds or fog, especially east of the river for that time frame. But by the time the parade starts, I think we'll begin to see sunshine, still getting up to 78 by the end. Sunday, everything really is no fronts coming through. Less wind, mid to upper 70s, plenty of sunshine, a fantastic end to the weekend too. And even the beginning of next week starts really nice too, low 80s, and we begin to cool down a little bit towards the end. That's still a well above average towards the end of the week, and we start seeing a little bit of a rain chance come back in Friday and the following weekend, but even then it's a very low chance at this point. So we're going to end the month on a dry note and probably start the week of October on a dry note too, and above average, obviously.
Love to hear it. A thing of beauty right there. Thanks, Greg.